Welcome back to another episode of Monster's Den, Book of Dread with Wando Bondo. I hope the recordings have been okay. This is one of those games where you can't reload, you can't do over, you just have to keep going. So, I hope they're okay, but I guess what it is what it is. There's nothing really I can do about it if anything is funny. Can't go back and redo it, so I think we're just going to keep on going and hope everything's okay. So. We are ready to take on the Enlightened. I think we've got everything we need. Got a little extra gear, a little extra poison. Really, I wish I had more quickness on death. Maybe I should have got that extra quickness helm, but even 10 more quickness would be 47. That might get us ahead of the Guardian temporarily, but not necessarily, because Naruthul has Celestial Motion, and if he put that on, he goes 60, so if he went first, he could use Celestial Motion, he could bump the Guardian up to 67 or 65, which would be in front of all of our units, so it really wouldn't matter at all. The only thing that we really wanted to make sure was that Blaze was in front of the Neophyte. We did that with making sure her quickness is 57. So that's the best we could do. I don't think anything else was really going to help. Guaranteed. It may help. And it's all about... a lot of this game is luck, so you can't control what they do. Let's go ahead and go in there and make a first attempt. We have instant retreat. So I don't think we need to buff up. We don't have any potions. We just have speed, and we could use that if we really need to, but I want to save that for legendary lures. We may need that for that, and we also will need some elixirs of speed for the corruptor at the end. So there is one power I did want to get. We're not using Ensorcelled Blade at this moment. I do want to get this power siphon. This really might help. Against the humans, power siphons, when the protectors get low, they stop firing. You know, they fire for 2 turns and rest 1 turn. Fire for 2 turns and rest 1 turn, and that can really help save your butt. So that's one thing. I don't think there's any other skills though that we really need. Execute might be good for Brick, although he doesn't have. I don't think he has a 100% chance to hit. No, accuracy 95. So I really don't like to use that skill because it uses 100% of your power. And the last thing I want to do is have a miss and have no power left over. That would be really a bad situation. I think we've got everything we need. It should be, depending on what they do, it should be pretty easy. Let's see. The plan is to stun the Neophyte, execute one of the Guardians, and hopefully Brick has 23% stun resist. He'll get his stun permanent, and we definitely need to work on his stun resist at this point. By level 6, we should have at least 50% stun resist. I should have gotten something when I was at the store. I didn't really think about it. I was too focused on the future and not so much the present. I wanted to accomplish my ultimate goal, which is the destruction of the corruptor. And that could come back to cost me right here. If the protector, second protector, and Naruthul all focus on Blaze, Blaze could die, or would be very low. Probably, I think Naruthul can do about 50% damage. What I'm thinking is going to happen is the protector is going to attack Ward with Draining Shot, which is going to do nothing except for use up all their mana, all their power. And maybe the other protector is going to attack Blaze and Naruthul. I don't know what Naruthul is going to do. Maybe attack something or maybe not. So let's see what happens. Actually, Blaze gets to go before Naruthul's only 50. And we definitely couldn't have got death up to 50. So that would have been the only thing, because if death got a strike before Naruthul acted, that would help us. We definitely could kill the Guardian first. So if we could get death up to 50, that would have helped us. But we have what we have. Let's go ahead and go. Draining shot, that's excellent. And another one. That's, they couldn't have helped us any more than that. I mean, if I had to ask for anything, I would have asked, except for we just lost our death strike. So that's the one bad thing. But these guys have no power left. They got 25 left apiece. So what I think I'm going to do, I could start draining their power. That's one thing I could do, and that would really slow them down and make it so they would have to not be able to do anything after that. It's really strong. This power is really strong against these humans. The neophyte can't transform when this happens. So I think, and it will take power from all of them, and I think that might be the best plan. Only other thing is we do have this stun, and it does put the poison on. This power siphon doesn't. But this power siphon is going to take power away from this back row. They will have enough to shoot one more time. So that is the one little bit of danger. Death now does not have his death strike. So what we were counting on did not work. So I wish they would have attacked Ward that way. With their draining shots, they actually did something interesting this time. They did change my plan. So you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and do Power Siphon and weaken them down as soon as possible. This neophyte gets back 15, and this Power Siphon takes 20, so it will not be able to transform. Naruthul, he brought everybody up with quickness. And it only brought them up 10. I thought it brought them up 20. I must have been looking at some other note. It wasn't correct. I'm going to go ahead and work on this neophyte. I really don't want it to transform. We can keep healing Brick. Let's go ahead and work on this. Would be the easiest one to kill. Brick now actually can cast Adrenaline. And he cannot be stunned now, so they made a mistake. Somehow they did not stun him. He must have resisted it. Looks like this guy did use the stun. These guys are almost out. And can they kill Brick next time? We can't take the chance. I'd rather lose Blaze than lose Brick. These guys are already weakened down in the back. They are not. They're going to only be able to attack one more time, then they have to rest. Then they can attack again. Naruthul will shoot somebody, and we don't want Brick to die there either. So let's go ahead and we will have enough to resurrect if we need to. So let's see how this goes. A miss, that is excellent. I know Death is in trouble a little bit. See, now Naruthul should have attacked Death, and that regen's already kicking in. Now we can't really die because the protectors can't go next time. They're going to have to wait. And we can just keep draining all of their power. And now Naruthul, he can't even use his attack, I don't think. They all went 10 more. That's something. Alright, we'll get our Death Strike back here pretty soon. And Brick will go ahead and go. And let's just do this. And Ward. We don't have to worry too much about the back row at this time, I don't think. I think that we are actually okay for a minute. I think I'm going to go defensive with Brick next time and try to heal my back row. I should have went this time instead of... But I just wanted to finish off that neophyte just to make sure it didn't transform. Let's go ahead and heal Brick. If we lose Death, we lose Death. Protectors got a pass, like I said, so... And they're all getting extra buffs, so they're going defensive. Naruthul's going defensive. That's not too big of a problem. Let's just keep draining these guys out best we can. I think that's a good idea. And these guys had to pass, so they're going to get 30 mana next time. Which actually, I probably shouldn't have drained mana this time. I should have stunned one of them. Are we full? No, we're not full up yet. So we'll just keep attacking. Brick will go defensive. Defiance. He cannot be killed this time. And that'll give us a chance to heal Death. And then we'll get our... Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Blaze could be dead here. Yep, okay, well we can bring Blaze back. That's not that big of a deal. Not ideal though, that was definitely not ideal. We finally have gotten our Death Strike available. And we also weakened them down, so they're not as strong as they were. And we can go ahead and heal Brick after this, so let's go ahead and keep attacking. And let's heal. I still would like to do... Wow, we're still getting punished over here, but Brick can hold out pretty well. Ooh, we lost Death. No, we didn't, actually. Surprising. Well, let's go ahead and do Defiance. And let's go ahead and try to heal Death and see if we can't keep him alive. Let's see what Naruthul can do. He did use Energy Flare. See, Death is very open to that Energy Flare. Getting killed with that. So we're slowly making progress. You know what? We actually have to go Defiance. Ward needs to keep on healing. Make sure that Ward doesn't die. And now they had to rest again. So we made a mistake with Blaze. We should have attacked something with our stun, put a little poison on there. We got this down now. We're getting there. We're getting there. Let's go ahead and go Defiant again. Seems like that's probably the best plan, and then we can go ahead and do Holy Light. Make it harder for them to hit. As long as we don't panic, I think we're fine. He cannot kill us. I don't know why he attacked that. That was a mistake on the computers, on the AI's part, of course. And maybe Death will get another Death Strike here eventually. Ooh, and we got lucky with some kind of another Death Strike, or our proc. So that was nice. Can't complain about that. Alright, we're going to take a rest here. We don't even have enough to heal ourselves, so let's just take a rest and we'll just go ahead and heal and see how that works out. I don't even think both of them together could kill Brick because he's got a lot of armor. They do a lot to Death, but not to Ward either. Ward has 42 armor. Actually, these guys have the same armor, so that's amazing. They're both very strong when it comes to that. They go last, but they hold up tough, and that's what's really important. You can have a couple weak guys, but you really don't want 4 guys that just take damage like crazy. It will overload your cleric. Don't want that to happen. We're going to wait for his Death Strike to come out, so we're going to just go ahead and start working on this guy and this guy. And Ward. Bring back Blaze. That's a good question. I think we should just keep going this way. Don't if you lose somebody, you just really don't want to spend all that time on... Well, we're getting close. Almost get another Death Strike here. I don't think you really want to spend a lot of time bringing people back in the middle of battle. Ooh, I was blinded somewhere along the line. Ooh, and Death doesn't even have his 100% guaranteed Death Strike, so... that is not so good. I think we just keep on healing then. They're blinded as well. We regen, so even that really didn't even... We'll just heal ourselves. It wasn't that big of a deal. Well, I'm willing to take a chance here on 91% chance. That's good. All that mana, all that power is just sitting there doing nothing, and that's not something I'm excited about. Alright, one heal and then we'll see what happens. That was pretty okay. And we are winning, but it was very possible that we'd lose somebody. Look at that tiny little dead all over again. You see what I'm saying? You bring them back and then they die again. So what's the point? That's it's not, it's good to recover from battles, you know, a hitch, but it's not good in these. It just doesn't work in this kind of a situation. It's more of a waste than it would have been. You know, somebody dies, you just leave them behind and keep on moving forward until the end. You can play around with it if you want to, but I don't think that that item was a really good one. Let's see. Oh yes, this is one of the better ones. Along with that thief's gloves, that would be pretty good. Oh, we'll lose that quickness. That's not good, but we will definitely save this. 26% reduction in accuracy along with the 16. That's 30, 40, 44, right? 30, no, 42. 42, that's better than the 30 a ward can do, so that, you put a stun on something and a blind it by 42, so that's really good. We still have to work on our speed, though. Don't want to sacrifice that speed, but this enlightening hood, I think it goes on with the enlightened staff, like a pair or something, and it is really good when they're maxed out. I don't think they max out until around level, you can see it's 26. It maxes out at level at 35%, I think, or 30%. So it's going to max out around level 9, around when we fight the Corruptor. So unfortunately, we got it early, which is actually good in our case because I'm not going to play past the Corruptor. But in general, I would replace it as soon as I got one later on that was the full blinding percentage. They're very good when you stack them up with this Shroud of Darkness, and there's a Staff of Enlightenment, and then there's a robe, and then the Thieves' gloves. I think we saw that in the other video. I don't remember who can use that, the gloves. So that is definitely a strategy. Let's see what we got. 30 armor rating. We only have 5% drain health now, so I don't know. 30 armor rating out of 600. You know, that's 60 is 10%, so it's a 5% bump of 42. So divide that by 20, that gives us like 2.5, 3. Let's see. 2. Not that great. And if we hit for 156 and get 5%, that gives us 5 every time we do a hit. If 4 people hit us at 2%, and they hit us, they don't hit for 100. So I think this drain health is still better. 96 damage, Mithril Longsword. You know, now we have a sword for this deal right here. Let's see if we can play around with that next time. Well, we'll lose our poison, and we'll lose 7 quickness. Mithril Longsword, not bad though. It's interesting. 98 and 2 endurance. I think better than that, maybe. Let's just throw this one away. The armor rating, still not good enough. I just don't think it's going to be worth it. Though, let's see. 2 power regen. We might be able to get away with some power regen off of that, off the cleric. We don't need it so much. 1 power regen here. Would love to get that cleric up even more. Well, we'll save it just in case. 90 damage and 2 endurance. Yeah. Well, I don't think we need to get rid of anything. We've got another. If we can upgrade something. 98, 2 endurance. Is that, if we put the poison on that? No, the quickness is still better. I do like that endurance. I do like the extra little damage, but I don't like to lose that quickness. Quickness for me is better than anything, and we would lose quickness even here, but it would still be good for the blinding. I mean, we would have been able to stun something. That would change our strategy up and help us out a lot. Okay, 100% explored, 100% cleared. No blue altars, no question marks. But we're ready to move forward. And when we do move forward, we will get healed up. So that's one thing. You can use that. You don't have to worry about if you're dead or not. When going forward, it's just like visiting one of these healing altars, altar of restoration. So, and we had a blue altar this time, so that's why we didn't have that. We don't have any more. We only used one. Okay, we're moving forward. The dark arts. The dead walk here. Okay, that's going to be interesting. This one's actually usually pretty easy. It's a guy who just sits back and puts defensive on everybody. And that really doesn't help anything, because we just execute them right out from under him. He puts defense, we execute them. He puts defense, we execute them. Or we just, he's defensive. And if they go defensive and they don't have any extra offense, and then I think he drains the health out of his own units, minions, and he does. This guy, this guy's his own worst enemy. It's interesting, it's funny, but it's not that challenging. Those wraiths, though, are still pretty dangerous. They hit really hard, and armor does not help you. So let's see the map. Let's go ahead and see what we see. See if we can get any goodies. Crossbows. We will need to start have a couple crossbows in hand here pretty soon, because if we're going to fight those legendary lures, we will need crossbows for that. So let's see what we get here. And we've seen the map as much as we're going to see. And this is one crossbow with 3 power regen. Not so good. Rather have poison. Here's 7 quickness. There we go. 1 quickness. That's we just bought that ruined breastplate for the 1 quickness, and now we've got something with 7 quickness and reduction of poison. That's pretty good. So this would give us 6 extra quickness. That would get us up to 43 speed, and we would have 27 reduction of poison damage. And maybe there's some other things that have poison damage as well. But I don't think I'm going to go over. Here's a reduction of poison. He'd lose all of his quickness, but we could get him immune to poison, I think. Which is something we really wanted to do with Brick, but we need to do, we need a guy, in order to beat the Gorgon, you need something with high stun resist, high poison resist, and high armor. If you have that, and hopefully power regen, if you can maximize out some power regen, which we might swap some gear over there to Brick if we were going up against the legendary lures, because we want a lot more power regen on Brick to be able to heal and do other things. That's definitely important. It could come in really, it could be really important. But this quickness, we're definitely going to save it. We may need it. So it's really hard to figure out. We got to start getting rid of some stuff too, because we just can't keep that many things. So we better get rid of this. This isn't a really significant upgrade. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Poison resist, quickness. Wow, there's another quickness, but we still can't get rid of this 6 chance to hit. We need that to make sure our execute plan works out. Reduction from poison. Then we lose quickness there. Blinding. Blinding is really good. Well, we're you know what? Let's get rid of some rings. These rings just aren't that great. Let's see what we can get rid of. Poison. Poison. That's good. 73 and 20 and reduce poison. That's not bad. We may need that. 4 health regeneration. Yeah, I definitely like that power is a little bit better, and that helmet. We could bump up our quickness by 4. That would get us over 40. That's not bad. And -3 quickness. This one, I don't think we need this. I think we have better ways to bump our quickness up if we really need to. This one is just not going to do that much for us. Poison, quickness. This one I don't... Well, we could always put it on the cleric if we need to. Take off the shield. That would give us 24 plus 6 quickness. Give us... I don't remember where it went there. There it is. 24, that would give us 30. And this chest plate would give plus 12. That'd be 42. We could bump up to 42 just by changing out 2 items, 3 items, 2 items I guess, and taking off the shield. Could be important. What are we going to transform if we transform anything? Probably not this oak staff. Maybe the steel spear. Maybe the Mithril Longsword. Maybe this... Well, probably the shield first, but you know what? If we have a really good shield, I wouldn't transform that. If we have a really good breastplate, then I wouldn't transform that. So I'm going to wait on those two. This one, the Aetherweave Cloak, I'm going to let that go, because we already have one of these cloaks. This is the only cloak that's really interesting, the Shroud of Darkness. I would like a better one, but in this case, I'm going for the Corruptor Killer, and we need max power, max damage in order to do that. Here's more poison, resist, stun resist, but not on the right gear. We really need better gear. We could switch this. That's might be a good idea. We could get this extra quickness there, and then we would lose the quickness, but we'd get the regen. We have health regen 8, and with this health regen 6 more, that's 14. And we would lose 2 power regeneration and some armor. We're only at 40 something armor. Yeah, I don't know if it's worth analyzing all this. Okay, well let's guess we can call it right here, and we will get back to killing in the next episode. Alright, until then, be well.